All right, look, on my channel, we get straight to the content. So listen, Joe Buttons dropped a podcast today. I'm not going to review it. Right now, like, I'm a regular person like y'all, so I follow a lot of stuff on YouTube, right? So a lot of times they talk about black trauma, right? And they'll talk about the government. They'll talk about a bunch of different stuff, right? They'll talk about slavery. They'll talk about Jim Crow. And all that stuff is black trauma. You know what they never really talk about when it comes to black trauma? Death. So I was thinking it because yesterday was my brother-in-law's birthday. Happy birthday to my boy Russ, you know what I'm saying? He had ex-twin brother to Tim. Happy birthday to Tim too, right? And I was like, damn, like, especially when you grow up in the inner city, death is always around, kind of. Let me like kind of break it down. Since I was like 7 years old, people have always died out of order, right? So once I got to like, let's say 7th grade in high school, I lived with my dad. So I went to school with white people. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my white boys. The way they experience death and the way black people experience death is totally different. Since I was 7 years old, I've been attending funerals. Now, when I was 7, I might have been like 6 or 7. I had a cousin named E.B. died in Camden. He died in a car accident. Some other young bulls died too, but that was like my earliest like remembering a funeral. And E.B. was young. I can't remember exactly how E.B. was. He got a twin brother, my other cousin. They the same age. I can't think about their age, but I was like 7 years old. You know what I'm saying? I never forget when I was 14 years old. So it was me, my homie Jamal, and my homie Naeem, right? We was maybe like, let's say 13, 14. So we used to, like, I lived in Camden at the time. So we all played basketball, right? Naeem sucked our whole life. He was trash at basketball, right? He went to California for like a summer. So like 3 months, right? He came back. So me, Jamal, and Naeem went to go play Rough House. He was so good at basketball. It was crazy, right? So he got so nice. So I went to a school. He went to a school. We was playing in like a South Jersey like tournament. So I was like, oh, Naeem about to crush. So I was in my bag in that tournament. Like, I was getting buckets. But I was like, dang, I know Naeem about to kill because, like, I'm tall. So right now, I'm 6'5". At the time, I was like a freshman. So I was like 6'2". Naeem was 6'2", light skin, curly hair, no diddy, handsome young bull, popping it, right? In that tournament, before I had a game, Naeem passed away from a heart murmur. He had a heart attack on the floor type shit, like on some Hank Gathers type shit, right? I didn't even attend the funeral, and I don't regret it because I didn't even want to see him like that. You know what I'm saying? So then, like, in life, I had a stepbrother. So I was like, let's say I was 18, I was still in high school. My stepbrother Kenny was 19, and this was my dog. Like, it's funny because I went down like memory lane, Cash Money versus No Limit. Me and Kenny listened to all No Limit, all Cash Money together. Like, we in South Jersey. We love No Limit and Cash Money. You know what I'm saying? So that was my dog. Now, I went to 2 concerts in my life. One, SZA with my baby mom. My first concert, I was like 14 years old, 15 years old. I went, No Limit had a concert in Philly. And my stepmom took us. And I got a military dad, so he ain't really on no, like, playing around stuff. But, like, my stepmom took us to that concert. And it was the first time Exhibit and Snoop Dogg did the, like, at the end of the concert, they did the, I get the money everywhere that I go. Ask them chickens and they tell you for sure. Like, me and him, and we was young bulls. I was 14, he was 15, we in the concert. And that was my guy. When I was 18, he was 19. He died from gun violence. And it's just like, dang. Then my brother-in-law, and that's like my brother. Like, he a brother-in-law because he married my sister. But before they got married, that was my brother. And he passed away from fentanyl overdose. You know what I'm saying? And it was just like, I could give y'all a whole bunch of stories. But like, when they talk about black trauma, and they talk about, like, a lot of people, like other cultures, that say Black American men are aggressive. And we are aggressive. You see how we run sports in the land. In this land, in America, we run sports. But we be born from so much toxicity from people not even dying in order. My white friends, people die of old age, bro. Unless they get sickly, like with cancer, they dying from old age. They don't know about people dying from gun violence and stuff like that. You know what I mean? They don't know about this random, oh, a young boy died in a car accident like your cousin type stuff. They don't understand that. You know what I'm saying? It's like a wild life. And a lot of that contributes to black trauma. And I got 2 daughters, you know what I mean? Now my daughters, they were raised in a certain way where they more suburban. So they're not going to have to experience people the same age as them passing away. Especially passing away from gun violence. But like now that I'm 40, I look back at that and I'm like, yo, that's some traumatic stuff. Some people might be in the comments like, get a therapist. I'm not against that. I'm just saying, like, yo, black people, that is like trauma that we experience in like hardcore. And it's like, that's not to mention, like, so I'm from South Jersey, but I used to spend summers with my grandma in West Oak Lane. Almost all my friends, and these was my close friends, these was my homies, we did everything together. All my friends that grew up in West Oak Lane got a body, or like, and if they free and got a body, the other ones that got a body, they doing life. That's crazy. That's like real inner city stuff that you experience with, like you grew up with somebody and now they gone for life. Whether through the prison system, because they didn't call the body, or whether they didn't pass away. I was like upset when my stepfather passed away, because I was real close to my stepfather and my grandpa, my pop-pop. You know what I'm saying? Or my great-grandma. My great-grandma passed away. And see, some of y'all might have similar experiences. My great-grandma passed away. So she lived right across the street from me. So I would bounce from my mom's house to my great-grandma's house, go in there. My great-grandma had the ice maker. A lot of folks ain't have a lot of ice maker back then type stuff. So I'd be in there, in and out the house type stuff. I never forget running across the street and looking up the steps, and they was trying to get my great-grandma CPR. And my mom was like, oh, get out the house. Like, you 40 and this stuff goes in the back of your memory, but you remember the stuff. And then the next time I see my great-grandma, she was in a casket. And my older sister, so I'm 40, my older sister 44. My older sister got my great-grandma middle name. My great-grandma, and I was a young boy, my great-grandma was so important to the family and to me, I gave my youngest daughter her middle name, Lucinda. Now, y'all know, think about how important my great-grandma had to be to me, that I give my youngest daughter the middle name Lucinda. How many people out here really be named the middle name Lucinda? That's crazy. But I was just thinking about that while I was in the car. Y'all know I'll do a video when I'm going to a grocery store. And like I said, I'm picking up stuff here and there. But like, that black trauma with death of people dying out of order is crazy. And we never talk about that as a community. So hopefully, if y'all want, share y'all experiences in the comments. Like I said, I don't got a lot of subscribers and I don't get a lot of views, but share some of y'all experiences and I comment and talk about it. We just catch a little vibe in the comments. Like, subscribe, turn your notifications on. I'm out.